deeply rooted in the Nile Valley. Around 4000 BC, most human beings living on planet Earth lived a rural life, some lived an agrarian life, and some lived in a savage state. However, the ancient Egyptians, the Khmu, around this time they had a clear writing script. They were building stone temples and libraries in harmony with the procession of heavenly bodies. They had clear records for the transaction of business as regards the state, its monarchy, and other governmental institutions. Additionally, they were laying down streets made of stone and conscripting well-regimented armies. Around this time, the ancient Egyptians were farming and hoarding food, preserving fish and other meats on a massive scale to carry them through periods of scarce resources. Additionally, they had already developed and placed in use a holistic ontology that encompassed all relevant and useful areas of medicine to treat any ailments their citizens may encounter. This is around 4000 BC. This was a period after there was a lot of calamities climatic on the planet. When ancient Egypt fell, many contended that the light of the planet Earth went out. The Western world owes its idea of masonry, Judaism, Christianity, and even Islam to ancient Egypt, its ideas, its foundations. The design and layout of a metropolis, the idea of theaters, libraries, and universities as well. Egypt was one of the main promoters of these types of institutions in a nation. Academia itself, as the pursuit of knowledge to enrich society, was overwhelmingly influenced by ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt stretched forth its arms and built Athens to aid in the rebirth of Crete and Minoa, which later became the Greek states. This was done by Saint-Verset. And if you can read any of the writings of Saint-Verset, you will even see some of the origins of the English language, words and all, from way back then. This is Saint-Verset, was around 2,000 to 3,000 BC. Ancient Egypt stretched forth its arms to protect and defend Canaan, which later became Israel around 1500 BC. And at the same time, these melanoid, dark-skinned, black Canaanites went and established a kingdom in what is called England, Britannia, the British. However, what we don't get from ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, as we see right now, is the perversion of these institutions. That was not what the Khmu inspired and pioneered. Egyptology itself. First of all, Egypt is one of the most studied nations in human history right now. Egyptology goes all the way back to the Greek historian Herodotus. If you read Les Histoires by Herodotus, you will see the first example in history, or if not one of the first examples of Egyptology itself. This is the study of ancient Egypt as a nation. It goes all the way back to Greeks such as Herodotus. Egypt was so well respected and so famous that as far back as the Greek period, people dedicated their life to studying the ancient Egyptians. The ancient Egyptians were the pioneering people of the Nile Valley that were able to set a standard for civilization building when many other peoples around the world were not cosmopolitan with metropolitan infrastructure. And it is very, very clear when we are talking about black people, melanated people, African people on a global level, what it is that differentiates us primarily is how far advanced we were at distinct periods in human history. And I'm saying distinct periods in human history because human history in terms of civilization building and advancement, it has an ebb and a flow for several reasons. But a lot of us are drawing from a culture, a way of life, and a civilization that was accustomed to paved streets, stone buildings, astronomical observatories, advanced architecture. A lot of us are drawing from a civilization that had universities with student bodies of 70,000 and more. From advanced architecture to astronomy, a university system to educate tens of thousands of students a year, the ancient Egyptians had triumphed in a difficult world and in a difficult environment. This is Baba Nu, for the author of The God Genes Decoded. Hope to have more of these insightful drops on our people and our legacy, who we are, what we represent, and the standards that we come from. Peace and love.